A Seasonal Pursuit, a Regency Christmas Brides novel. Written by Rebecca Connolly. Narrated by Jessica Elisa Boyd. Chapter 1. London, December 1814. Rose Portman loved her family. Loved was a rather loose term in her mind, meaning she tolerated them in appropriate doses, would defend them to anyone, and found them to be the least objectionable people in society. They were the only people who truly knew her, which was a mixture of good and evil, and the only ones who did not gossip about her. Mostly. She did not think her sisters gossiped about her, but there were no certainties there. All of this did not mean, however, that her family did not also confuse, torment, aggravate, and downright exasperate to an excessive degree, sometimes for an extended period of time, and sometimes only limited to specific persons. Her great-aunt was one such person, having been an eccentric most of her life, and she had gathered 4 of her siblings' offspring into one room to meet with a solicitor. Reason unknown. Rose had had quite enough of unknowns and speculation in her life, and now preferred only the most comfortable and clear styles of life and manner. Being 29 years of age, without a single offer of marriage or true desire to have one, gave her such liberty of tastes. And when her time could be much better spent with the boring combination of a tome of ancient literature and a lukewarm cup of tea instead of sitting here in this stuffy room, she was bound to be a trifle irritable. Her curiosity was piqued, but only in the mildest sense. She was the only female in the room, sharing this boredom with 3 of her male cousins, all of whom she tolerated perfectly well, and none of them had any ideas why they were here if their expressions were anything to go by. That was an interesting family trait, clear emotional expressions, at least among each other, which meant there were very few secrets among them. More's the pity. She drummed her fingers on the arms of her chair, trying to ignore the rather deafening sounds of the long clock in the corner of the room. She cast her eyes down the row of her cousins, and as she suspected, their faces were a veritable mirror of annoyed boredom. What a unifying moment for their family. Alden, down on the far end, glanced over, and Colin next to him leaned forward. "Do you know what this is about?" Alden shook his head. "I do not. I was hoping you did." They both looked at Richard, who sat on Rose's immediate left, then at her, and in unison Rose and Richard shrugged. Beautiful family coordination. What a triumph. The office door opened then, drawing their attention towards it at once. A thin face with spectacles peeked around it, sheepishly smiling at them. "I apologize for the wait. Do come in." The cousins rose fluidly, 2 of them muttering under their...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?